So today I'm going to take you through this pile here. This is created 24 days ago. It was finished in 21 days, but it's been windy weather. And today I'm just going to take you through the process, and then at the end of the video I'm going to record what to do next, because this isn't finished yet. This is just finished the thermophilic face. It's in a good condition, but not finished yet. So on day one you see me already construct this pile, and you see the predominance of greens. This is day 3, and I decided to have a poke around, and I felt the temperatures were a bit patchy, and it revealed that it was just too dry in areas. In fact, it was dry in a lot of areas. So the only real way to completely re-wet this is to give it a turn. A bit early, but needs must. This pile in the end took about 150 litres, so it was desperate for water really, and it's always better damp than dry. So give it all a turn, add the water, and then by the end of day 7 the temperature is well up, in fact too hot now, so it's time for a turn to cool the pile down. So yes, another turn for a different reason this time. Day 9 the temperature is about perfect, and then day 12 the same again, but the top's a little bit dry, so time for a third turn. Right, we're on day 16 of this compost heap, and normally at this phase what I do is I'll cut the grass again and introduce another load of grass to the mix. I don't think I'm going to do that this time because of the ongoing drought. Grass is now starting to get quite short, and I really would like another pile started off and completed. So we're going to have a quick look inside here to see what the actual condition is like. Obviously the exterior needs to be taken off again, so we get rid of all this material, and then let's see what it's like down here. Well, it's definitely not finished. I'm not even going to bother to expect that. It's not compost. The temperature has dropped down to 60, which is still fine. That's not a complaint at all. I personally feel I need some more greens in there, but in the end I decided no greens to be added. I've taken off the top and side of the material and put it on the left hand side, and then I'm digging out a trench on the right hand side. And this is the easiest way to turn a pile. You want the minimum effort if you possibly can, but still introduce air to the complete pile. So what I'm doing is I'm digging a trench, collapsing it, and then moving the net on the next pile. Any wet material at the back I'm dragging to the front, and basically you're recycling all the material that's on the top into the center, and all the material that's received the heat treatment to the front or top, whichever is suitable. At the end of doing the pile you put the original top and sides back in, and then cover with trench 1 that you put aside on the right hand side. And that is the easiest way to turn a large pile of compost. Slightly modified from what I've shown you before, because it tends to suit this big mass. Worked lovely. The temperature's doing absolutely fine, and again it's starting to drop back now. By day 20 it's basically finished. This is how I keep the pile moist. Plastic, so this is completely covered in plastic. You can get away with doing this because you turn it so much you're introducing the air, and the plastic, this is recycled plastic from a white goods delivery, so it saves a one-use plastic. Recycling is best. Temperature is still dropping down lovely, 58 degrees. The heat process helps kill all the nasties, so it's really good. That this shortens the time that this pile is ready for the next process, which is the fungal element. Now what's going to happen now? Well, this will essentially sit here for that period, and what I'll do, I will introduce some fungus that lives off rotting wood into the center of this pile now that the temperature's dropped, and that will help break down this compost much further. The fungal process needs no disturbance, cool temperatures, kept damp. It likes damp, it must not be allowed to get dried. It's a little bit dry on the outside, so that won't be any good. This will probably get topped up from the pile I'm just creating over there. You know, I'll get it up to here, nice full pile, but this won't be disturbed until October time. And then in October I will add some good material to this pile. That would just help boost the fertility a lot. Now that could come in the sense of pumpkins, apples, garden greens, seaweed. None of it is aimed at heating up. All of it is just aimed at adding the extra fertility to this pile. The fungal process will help break down the chunky stuff that's left. There is some wood particles in here left. Well, the fungal process will help break that down. How will I introduce that fungus? Well, I'll have to actually go and seek it out in find a bit of wood that's got fungus actually breaking it down, and add it to the center of this pile. Let it go undisturbed for the next few months until October, November time, and then we'll introduce that goodness. Basically anything above 60, it's supposed to be above 50, but I found that's not always the case. Sometimes 50 degrees does not ensure the seed destruction that you need. There was couch grass in here, bindweed. I'm not afraid of those materials because that temperature will kill all those living things. So apart from the microbiology that loves the heat, there isn't a lot living in this at the moment. So this is why I think it needs the time, and then it needs the fertility added at the end via material not aimed at heating up the pile, definitely not, just aimed at getting the goodness back into it, because naturally that people have long-winded piles, 12 months or so, that goodness is gradually applied to it. But I need bulk materials, and I need them ready for the end of this year, because I want to complete the blocks on this field, and the only way I'm going to do that is by mass producing material, I guess. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I hope this has been use for yourselves, and please join me on the next videos. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. See you next time. Bye for now.